Hi Scorpio, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2009. Now over the first 3 weeks I think your attention is going to be on financial matters, but I think that they're going to be favorably highlighted. So that can work in various ways. That might mean that you know, at least things are okay in that department. It's not very difficult for you at that time. Even if your overall situation is difficult, it could just mean that in the first 3.5 weeks of December there's going to be the support you need at the right moment. And of course, if you are working on abundance, then you could make that a really good time to start to turn on the tap to allow more abundance to be coming into your life. But also another way it can work, and there's various ways it can work, is that something nice comes towards you. Well, that's no surprise given the time of the year. Or that you could make something beautiful, or you could lay out, any outlay of money could bring something very wonderful and beautiful into your life. And because of that, you might meet somebody. There could be a romantic connection there, or maybe you and a romantic partner or a spouse, you know, anybody on a love sort of vibration with you, could be doing something nice together that necessitated you, you know, putting out some money on it. So it's a great time for buying something, and it's a great time for selling, and it's a great time for getting a good deal and a bargain, and maybe by, you know, you actually inputting some money, you get a hell of a lot more back as a reward. And that might not be more money, that might be the experience, or you making a contact through having done that. And also, as I said before, this is a wonderful time to actually be making something which could you know, bring more ready cash that you can put in the piggy bank. Or that's the kind of feel of this anyway. So yes, teamwork is indicated in a money-making scheme, and anything to do with making money is favored over the first 3.5 weeks. But you will have your eye on things, as we all have to, particularly at this time of the year. And then I think your thinking, your thoughts will change and kind of gear up into a super sociable mode from after the 5th. So from the 5th onwards, yeah, a lot going on in your head, very busy, lots of different influences crisscrossing from all over the place, chit chat, gossip. You could be on the move as well, more. Okay, and you don't learn that way really, Scorpio. You learn more through your heart and your gut. So all of that kind of left brain intellectual activity, you need to allow yourself time to kind of catch up with that, because you're instinctive in your communications, you're very perceptive, and you pick up a lot through body language, and you read between the lines. So, you know, just allow yourself more space and time. Overall in your life, this is a time when you'll be getting ahead, when you'll want to get ahead in life. You want to be furthering your goals. You want to get the right sort of people on side to help you up the ladder of success. You want to be mixing in the right circles, that kind of thing. You want to be making the impression, the impact on the world that you'd like to be, that you'd like. Also, you know, if you need to be in education to maximize your potential in that department, then, you know, that is what you could be doing now. The energy is there available for you. Maybe you're in the sort of like the kind of the funding stage of that at the moment as well. Very much your mind may be on funding, but as I say, once again, the sort of ideas that you need related to that could come to you particularly over the first 5 days, but then there's this kind of this ease there to tap into, because you need to see it to tap into it, you know, over the first 3.5 weeks. But still, the universe does conspire to kind of drop things in our lap, or kind of sort of a little kind of bleeper goes off in the back of our brain. And you should, you know, you Scorpio, who are very intuitive should really trust that kind of reminder coming from the all and everything. So yes, a great time for you to be furthering your aims and getting ahead, showing the world what you can do, and putting your goods on display, as it were, really. So authority figures and bosses may need careful handling, though. A sort of a delicate touch there at times, because you may have to just be more patient and find ways to compromise and work with people who you look up to or who you are beholden to in some way to further your careers, on this public side of you, on this more image orientated side of your life. There's an element, though, of your dreams manifesting into reality, or at least the potential is there at the moment. Your ruler Pluto is and will be for several years in Capricorn, and that means that there will be some intense self-questioning going on, some intense self-analysis going on. You asking yourself, what you want, where you want to go with this, whatever this is. And a good mirroring, a good source of feedback is actually what you really need at the moment, and will need over several months to come. And this will affect you depending on your individual chart, Scorpio. But at least you need somebody around to tell you where you're going wrong in a very, very gentle, loving way. So there's a supportive, if somewhat slightly confusing energy underpinning your domestic life, your home base. You might not know where things stand. You might think, there might be crossed wires there. You might not understand clearly, it's like not having a solid foundation under your feet. And that might be emotionally, you might have somewhere that's solid enough, but that might be emotionally. Also, this very watery, this very fluid, liquid energy in that area there. It would be good to be near water, or even on water in a boat, but also in a place which is feeding you spiritually and emotionally, like a retreat space or a safe haven to achieve inner peace, because, as I say, this can be a bit kind of turbulent for the emotions, and you may just have to put your own, what you'd like, really on one side for the moment. But that energy is actually edging towards its close now, and will be out of there not anytime soon, but over the next 2 years. But it'll affect the early parts of the sign less than the later parts of the sign. Now, parents, they may be, that might be an area where you've got to put yourself out more, or maybe a parent needs your help, needs some TLC. Maybe you're having to deal with a difficult or confusing family situation or domestic setup. Might be the parents, might be your own family. I mean, your new family. Also, you may have to shield yourself. You may have to put up defense shields. Just imagine a bubble of white light around you whenever you feel the energies are a bit chaotic. You'll be a lot busier from the 5th, as I said, busier in your head, rushing about more, making lists. Maybe a little scattered, maybe a bit nervy then, so don't drive too fast. And that'll be an information gathering stage there. That will also be a stage when you may be on a refresher course, or on a course, or learning a heck of a lot anyway. Also, self-expression is strong, so it's a great time for artistic Scorpios among you. And when the sun moves, then you're going to be in a very, very highly sociable phase. Lots of chit-chat going on then. And the eclipse energy, well, that's going to trigger new beginnings related to education or media, maybe, over several weeks to come into the new year. Anything self-expressive, anything to do with you giving of your knowledge, or taking in more knowledge, but also getting on with neighbors and other people in your close local community. Well, that's it for December. If you know your rising sign, have a listen to that too.